On behalf of Center for Pollution Control and Environmental Engineering, Pondicherry University, I extend a warm welcome to one and all gathered here. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor P. Prakash Babu, Pondicherry University, respected Dean, Professor R. Nakiran, School of Engineering and Technology, Pondicherry University, the Chief Guest, Dr. P. Ganesh Kumar, Senior Deputy General Manager, Water Technology Center, L&T Construction, an accomplished environmental engineering professional with more than 2 decades of experience in the field of water and wastewater treatment. The guest of honor, Dr. Kwan Xiong Ku, Department of Chemical Engineering and Medical Material Science, Yuanzi University, Taiwan. His research area includes microalgae bacteria consortium for wastewater, food waste management, volatile organic compound bioremediation. The other invited guest, Professor Lim Hu Ren, Assistant Professor in the Department of Chemical Engineering, University Tunku Abdul Rahman, Malaysia. His research focuses on developing sustainable biomaterials from bioalgae biomass for applications such as wastewater treatment. Dr. Kusum K. Bania, Professor in the Department of Chemical Sciences, Tezpur University. Professor N. Selvaraju from Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, serving as Associate Professor in the Department of Biosciences and Bioengineering at the Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, and also an adjunct faculty at the Center for Sustainable Water Research, Jyoti and Bhupat Mehta School of Health Sciences and Technology, IIT Guwahati. Dr. S. Raja, Professor and Associate Dean at the School of Civil and Chemical Engineering, Manipal Institute of Technology, Manipal Academy of Higher Education. Dr. Suresh Joseph, Head Department of Computer Science. Dr. P. Senthil Kumar, Convener of the conference. My colleagues, Dr. S. Sudle and T.D. Rushendra Revati. The participants, colleagues from other departments, office staff, media, scholars, and dear students. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this 2 days international conference on advancing innovative technologies for a sustainable environment, AITSC 2026. I thank all the dignitaries for having accepted and sparing their precious time for this occasion. A heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed Vice Chancellor for accepting our invitation and gracing the occasion. Sir, your dedication, focus, commitment, and energy has really inspired and motivated all of us. Pondicherry University is continuing to achieve great heights under your dynamic leadership. We are so happy to have you, sir, and at our center today. Welcome and thank you once again. Our sincere thanks to our Dean, Professor R. Nakiran, for joining us on this occasion. He is a determined person with positive approach, extending all his support in all the activities of the center. Welcome and thank you, sir. We welcome and thank all the guests, invited speakers, participants, scholars, and students for this international conference and wish you all a fruitful and pleasant experience on these 2 days. Thank you, and once again, a warm welcome to one and all gathered here.
very good morning to all of you. Respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor P. Prakash Babu, sir, Dean School of Engineering and Technology, Professor Nakiran, today Chief Guest Dr. P. Ganesh Kumar, Senior Deputy General Manager, Water Technology Center, L&T Construction, Guest of Honor, Professor Quan Xiang Hu, Yonsei University, Taiwan, Head, Center for Pollution Control and Environmental Engineering, Professor S. Gajalakshmi, eminent invited speakers, deans, HODs, respected faculty members, researchers, industry professionals, dear students, and all the participants of AITSC 2026. A very warm welcome to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure and pride to welcome you to the first international conference on Advancing Innovative Technologies for a Sustainable Environment, AITSC 2026. So being organized on 27th and 28th August 2026 at Center for Pollution Control and Environmental Engineering, Pondicherry University, Puducherry. As the convener of this conference, I am delighted to have this opportunity to share with you the vision, objective, and significance of AITSC 2026. We are living in a period of rapid technological, economical development. At the same time, our planet is facing several critical environmental challenges, including climate change, water scarcity, pollution, increasing waste generation, depletion of natural resources, and growing energy demands. Water and wastewater pollution, emerging contaminants, plastic pollution, air pollution, and improper waste management are becoming increasingly complex challenges. These problems cannot be addressed through conventional approaches alone. So we need innovative, efficient, affordable, and sustainable technologies that can be translated from laboratories into real-world applications. So this is the fundamental motivation behind AITSC 2026. The central vision of AITSC 2026 is to bring together scientists, researchers, academicians, industry professionals, policymakers, and young researchers to share knowledge, exchange ideas, and explore innovative technological solutions for environmental sustainability. So the conference aims to create a platform where scientific discoveries can lead to innovation, collaboration, and practical solutions. So in simple terms, we want to bridge the gap between research and real-world environmental applications. The conference covers a broad range of contemporary areas related to environmental sustainability. So these include water and wastewater treatment, pollution control, waste management, circular economy, renewable energy, green technologies, advanced materials, nanotechnology, environmental remediation, climate change, and sustainable development. So we are also witnessing rapid developments in emerging technologies such as AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, smart sensors, biotechnology, advanced membranes, nanomaterials, and other innovative treatment technologies. So the integration of these emerging technologies with environmental engineering has enormous potential to transform the way we manage environmental challenges. So one of the important messages of AITSC 2026 is the importance of interdisciplinary research. So environmental problems do not belong to a single discipline. Water pollution problems, for example, may require expertise from environmental engineering, chemistry, microbiologist, material science, biotechnology, and data science, even in mechanical engineers. So therefore, the collaboration among the different disciplines is essential for developing effective and sustainable solutions. So through AITSC, we hope to encourage such interdisciplinary interactions and create opportunities for meaningful research collaboration. You can see the today participants actually from Maths department, physics, chemistry, biotechnologists, chemical engineers, civil engineers, and as well from environmental engineers. So another important aspect that we would like to emphasize is the transition from research to an application part. So scientific publications and laboratories, investigations are important, but the ultimate goal of a research should be to address the real environmental problems. So we need technologies that are not only scientifically innovative, but also economically feasible, energy efficient, environmentally friendly, scalable, and suitable for practical applications. So therefore, we encourage the researchers to think beyond proof of concept studies and explore how their innovations can contribute to the society and environmental protection. So the objective of AITSC 2026 are closely connected with United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We know that SDG 17s. So in particular, our conference has strong relevance to goals related to the clean water sanitation, affordable and clean energy, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and protection, climate action, and the protection of aquatic and terrestrial ecosystems. So thus our discussions during these 2 days are not only about the scientific advancements, they are about contributing to more sustainable future. I would like to also to emphasize the importance of young researchers and students. So in this conference, so young researchers are the future contributors to science, technology, and sustainable development. So AITAC 2026 will provide them with an opportunity to present their research, interact with eminent experts, receive valuable feedback, build professional networks, and explore possibilities for future collaborations. So I hope that the interactions and discussions during this conference will inspire many young researchers to pursue innovative and impactful research. So we hope that the AITAC 2026 will go beyond the presentations and technical discussions. We expect this conference to generate new ideas, research, collaboration, interdisciplinary research, industry-academia partnership, and innovative technological solutions. So more importantly, we hope that some of the ideas discussed here will eventually progress from research laboratories to practical applications and contribute to solving environmental problems at the local, national, and international level. As this is the first edition of AITAC, we see this conference not merely as a two-day scientific event, but as the beginning of a continuing platform for knowledge exchange and collaborations. So our vision is, so ideas to be converted into collaborations, so the collaboration to be extended to innovations, so innovation should to be extended to technology, so the technology to be extended to implementation, so implementation is going to be extended further to sustainable impact. So that's a main vision of this conference, AITAC 2026. So we hope AITAC will grow in the coming years and become a meaningful platform for researchers, professionals, and students working towards to environmental sustainability. A conference of this nature is never the effort of an individual. It is the result of collective commitment, cooperation, and teamwork. So I sincerely acknowledge the valuable support and encouragement extended by the university administration, distinguished chief speakers, faculty members, organizing committee members, reviewers, student volunteers, sponsors, and journal partners, technical and administrative staff, and all the participants. I particularly appreciate the efforts of every member of the organizing team, so who has contributed their time and energy towards making AITAC 2026 possible today. So before concluding my remarks, we received around 65 abstracts for this conference. So we are working for about for the past 6 months. So out of 65, 62 participants have been registered for the conference, and some of the participants are not able to make it in person, so due to many academic schedule and maybe a research the schedule. So they want to do it in online. So based on their request, actually we made as a pre-conference presentation in the last week. So around 22 participants presented their research works in online, so in the last week. So the remaining participants will be participating by today and as well the tomorrow. So finally, I would like to reiterate that the AITAC 2026 represents our collective commitment to advancing science and technology for a cleaner, greener, and more sustainable future. So innovation becomes meaningful when it addresses the real problems. Technology becomes valuable when it improves lives. And sustainability becomes achievable when knowledge is transformed into an action. So therefore, let us use this conference as an opportunity to share the knowledge, develop collaborations, inspire young researchers, and transform innovative ideas into sustainable solutions. So let AITAC 2026 be more than a conference. So let it be a platform for ideas, innovation, collaboration, and action. So with these words, I once again extend my warm welcomes to all of you and wish AITAC 2026 a great success. So thank you. So thank you all for being a part of AITAC 2026.
Very good morning to all. Respectable Professor P. Prakash Babu, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of this university, very dynamic and having concern on quality education. I also join with the head of the department to welcome you, sir. Welcome to this conference. Respectable personality from industry, Dr. P. Ganesh Kumar, Senior DGM from L&T. Welcome you, sir. and delegates from both abroad and various parts of our country. Institutions like IIT, Daspur University, and some universities from Manipal. Brilliant scholars, participants, my fellow dean from sister school, departments, head of the departments from the Center of Pollution Control and Environmental Engineering, organizers of this conference, other invitees, of course, media from our own university. Very good morning to all once again. This conference is making a wonderful impact to the school. I am very much happy in many reasons today. One among them is that this is the first conference for this academic year the center from our school is organizing. So I take this opportunity to congratulate and appreciate the entire team of this center. Bringing all the delegates from diverse field, and they are coming with their knowledge, certainly enrich the people of our domain, our side. Not only that, it is an epitome of this center to show their academic excellence. Sir, at this juncture, I request the center, please, you people are very simple, but at the same time very humble. Your center is the smallest center among the school, within the school, among the university. But you are not simply small, smart also. So therefore, it is a very pertinent time, please to escalate yourself from center to the department. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor is very well here. Definitely he will facilitate the proposal which we are going to submit. So therefore, we can get into the department status at the earliest. So we have all. What is required to be a department, we have all. Please, it is our responsibility to submit the proposal and get the things done in time. Then when it comes to the core theme or epicenter of the topic of this conference, the famous couplet made by Thiruvalluvar is coming to my mind. நீரின்று அமையாது இவ்வுலகு யார் யாருக்கும் வானின்று அமையாது ஒழுக்கு. நீர் இன்று அமையாது உலகம் யார் யாருக்கும் வானின்று அமையாது ஒழுக்கு. This is one of the couplets made by the famous poet Thiruvalluvar. The meaning is that without water, world cannot exist. I repeat, without water, the world cannot exist. Then, without rain, the values, morals and values of human cannot exist. Without rain, the values and human morals cannot exist. Or rather, we can bring the topic of our conference also into the meaning. Without rain, the human values and morals cannot sustain. Please remember, the ecosystem, not only on the objects around us, not only on the planet, the human system also entangled with the ecosystem. So therefore, we have to think about in that dimension. I hope the conference will address all the burning issues across the world, and it is known to everybody No individual institute or individual concerned cannot in isolation find a solution to the problem existing. It is mandated to have a collaboration. It is mandated to have a discussion, dialogue, open forum like this. So therefore, at the end of this conference, I strongly feel that you will provide some kind of suggestion to the burning issues like yesterday Kosi River, unexpected, unprecedented flooding, affecting so many, including Tamilians, Nepals. But do you think that it is the problem of nature? Certainly not. It is the problem made by the human system. Therefore, we ourselves is pouring soil on our head. So this kind of deliberation definitely should give some kind of suggestions, recommendations, and prompt solutions to circumvent this kind of natural calamities up to some extent. So with this small note, I wish the conference is going to be a very productive and collaborative, and I also take this time to appreciate again the organizing team for this conference. Thank you very much. Before I go back to my seat, this organizer is also releasing one book along with the co-author on the theme of this environmental ecosystem. I also appreciate the authors for making such a wonderful book out of their experience. Thank you very much.
Very good morning, all of you. Guests on the dais, Professor Gajalakshmi, Head of the Department of the Center for Pollution Control and Environmental Engineering. Dr. P. Senthil Kumar, Convener of the program today. Professor Nakiran, Dean. Dr. Suralai. And today's chief guest, Professor Dr. P. Ganesh Kumar, Senior DGM, Water Technology Center and L&T Constructions. Then guests of honor, Professor Kuan Sheng Ku, Yuanji University, Taiwan. Dr. T. Rashendra Ravati and Professor Lim Hoi Ren, University of Tunku Abdul Rahman University, Malaysia. And other invited guests from the various institutions and the universities. My dear colleagues, invited participants, scholars, students, other visitors, and the media people here. It's my pleasure and privilege to be part of today's conference, one-day conference by the Center for Pollution and Environmental Engineering, School of Engineering, on an important topic, advancing innovative technologies for a sustainable environment. So, as Dean and Convener indicated the importance of the program, so let me also emphasize for another 4 to 5 minutes on the same issue. So we are at a defining moment of a human history. It's an unusual times that we are all there. On one hand, we are witnessing extraordinary advances in the artificial intelligence, biotechnology, renewable energy, advanced materials, and digital technologies. On the other hand, climate change is making the environmental challenges and also increasingly complex and the mostly unpredictable. The situation we are witnessing today reminds us the sustainability is no longer a choice. It's an imperative. The development of El Nino conditions 2026. Yesterday I was having the meeting with the Department of Economics Department. They also made similar conference yesterday. Some of these issues are actually very pertinent and also the common for the environmental issue. This El Nino is unprecedented event. That is, we have been trying to understand the El Nino, but today it has come. Now it has reached the continent, Indian subcontinent. And the World Meteorological Organization has reported that El Nino conditions are developing with a potential influence on the global temperature and a rainfall patterns. In India, the Meteorological Department has projected the below normal southwest monsoon rainfall for 2026 and has closely monitoring the evolving the NASO conditions. So what is El Nino? I think most of you must be knowing it. El Nino is a pattern where the surface temperature of the seawater enhances. So what? So once the surface temperature increases, it affects the biotic and the abiotic conditions of the earth. As you know, the earth is only comprised of the around 30% of the land and rest is the water. If the temperature enhances, the marine environment, marine organisms, they are all in endanger. Especially if you take the marine environment, all the biotic features are interdependent. They live in a symbiotic fashion, most of them. If you take the example of the corals, they actually harbor the lot of fishes, lot of bacteria, algae, which actually they live in symbiotic fashion. But once the temperature enhances, those they cannot coexist with each other, and corals they deplete. It's called bleaching. So depletes and also they cannot coexist and also they die. In the corals actually many fishes actually they lay eggs. It's a kind of protective mechanism for the fishes. So that also will be lost. That means so the lot of people those who are depending on the sea resources will become vulnerable. So the fishermen actually they are the first one to be affected because of the El Nino. El Nino is one side it is causing the drought because of lack of rainwater, but the other side, as Professor Nakiran indicated, that there are floods are there, unprecedented floods are there. So we can use the geospatial technologies. Now how the technology can be used in these circumstances is the geospatial technologies and the sensors to monitor coastal erosion. So when the temperature of the marine environment enhances, the unprecedented tides will increase. These tides actually responsible for the erosion of the coastal land that is pertinent to the Pondicherry. So sea level changes and marine pollution and water quality also will changes. Smart systems can support the sustainable tourism, efficient water management, waste management, rainwater harvesting, and climate resilience infrastructure. This illustrates an important paradox. The same country can face the water stress in one region while experiencing the extreme rainfall and floods in another region. You can see the yesterday's incident. Climate variability is increasingly challenging our traditional approach for the environmental management. You take the 1 degree centigrade enhance in the temperature, that enhances the 7% of the water vapor. When the water vapor increases, that is actually transported to the high altitudes. Once it goes to the high altitudes, that causes the cloud burst. So this is what exactly happened yesterday in the Nepal. They're all high altitude places. So the tragic flash floods in Nepal yesterday provides a stark reminder. A catastrophic flood among the Nepal-Tibetan border was associated with the ice rock avalanche following a collapse of a glacier. The sudden surge traveled through a Himalayan river valleys with a devastating consequences. Such events tell us we must move from merely responding to the disaster management to the anticipating them. how the technology can be used to predict the early warnings. This is where the innovative technologies, today's conference is on that topic. So you have to have the innovative technology which can make the transformative difference. Artificial intelligence, machine learning can analyze the enormous quantity of the satellite, rainfall, river level, temperature, and also geological data to identify the patterns and provide the early warnings. India is already developing important technological capabilities in this direction. The Central Water Commission provides the flood forecast and also the advisories. While sea flood can provide the inundation of the forecast and water level prediction at a village level, the Sachet platform enables the dissemination of the disaster alerts to the citizens. The next step is to integrate these systems with AI, Internet Things of the sensors, using the effective use of the drone technology, satellite imagery, and also the mobile communication, so that the warning reaches the right person at right place and at the right time. Imagine a flash floods, yesterday's flash floods, if the information reaches to the down the line, at least 5 minutes, that's enough. You can evacuate a lot of people. Yesterday, we do not know, they said more than 300 people they died, but yet to a certain time. So they're all actually visitors from different countries where Nepal is known for the natural beauty. So now that has been washed away, submerged. Villages disappeared, literally. So the flash flood, even a few minutes of additional warning can mean the difference between the life and death. The technology for the sustainable resource management. So technology must also help to prevent the environmental degradation. This is the most important thing. In the agriculture, precision farming, satellite imagery, drones and the smart irrigation can reduce the water consumption and also to improve the productivity. That's what the ICRISAT in Hyderabad, they are doing semi-arid condition where you can use the little water. However, you can also enhance the productivity. And also in cities, IoT-based systems can monitor the air quality, water consumption, traffic, and also the energy usage in the real time. In waste management, artificial intelligence and automated segregation can improve the recycling and support the transition from the traditional take, make, and dispose model to a circular economy. That's what Professor Nakiran indicated, that this also conference also should also talk about the circular economy. The circular economy means it's a linear. Now when we go to that one, we manufacture a product, we use it, and we discard it. So that is the linear model. But whereas the circular economy, you have to reuse it. That is called circular economy. So take, make, use, dispose. To the circular economy, reduce, reuse, repair, recycle, and regenerate. It seeks to keep the materials and products for a longer possible use and also to minimize the waste production. Consider a simple example. Instead of manufacturing an electronic products, using them briefly and sending them to a landfills, business can redesign products for the repair, refurbishable, and also reuse and the recycling, recovering valuable materials from the process of the materials that has been disposed. India's progress in solar energy, electric mobility, green hydrogen, and energy storage also demonstrates how technological innovation can contribute to simultaneously to the energy security, economic growth, and also the environmental sustainability. When it comes to the Indian and the local context, for a coastal region such as the Puducherry, the application of technology becomes a particularly very, very important. So recently, a few months back, I visited the Department of Media Communications, where one of our colleagues, Dr. Lenin, he developed an app-based alert to the fisherman, where that alerts that app that can alert the weather conditions. Most of the fishermen at the coastal area, they go to the sea, most of the time they may not be aware of what is happening. So this app actually alerts them how the weather condition is changing rapidly in the sea level, coastal level, inside. So I also insist them to make how the thermal condition also can be identified using the app. Because this thermal condition actually is not uniform. If you go to the some 100 kilometers in the sea, it changes. And 150 kilometers, another changes. So the thermal condition also directly proportional to the fish migration. Fish migration, if there is temperature enhances, fish leaves that particular place to the, it goes to the where it requires temperature is there. So if that is can be identified by a fisherman, actually they can go to the place where they will have the fruitful business. Our universities can become living laboratories for the sustainability, where the innovative technologies are tested in real communities before using scaled up. The role of universities as universities, our responsibility is not merely to generate the knowledge, but to convert the knowledge into a solution. We need engineers, environmental scientists, data scientists, economists, social scientists, and policymakers to work together. The challenges of climate change cannot be solved within the disciplinary boundaries. We have to do the cross-disciplinary interactions. Our students should be encouraged to become a green innovators and also the entrepreneurs, developing affordable technologies for clean energy, water conservation, sustainable agriculture, waste to value and disaster resilience. This is fully consistent with the spirit of the new National Education Policy 2020, which emphasizes the multidisciplinary education, innovation, research and the entrepreneurship. So India's vision is we are moving towards the Viksit Bharat 2047. We must therefore have a vision of not merely economic prosperity, but sustainable and also the inclusive prosperity. We should aim for predictive technology rather than reactive disaster management, clean technology rather than resource-intensive technology, circular economy rather than linear consumption, and responsible innovation rather than innovation at any cost. The lesson from El Nino, recurrent flash floods, and yesterday's tragedy in Nepal is clear. Nature is sending us a signals, and technology gives us the tools to listen, predict, and act. Frequent movement of the tectonic plates, as you know, the higher altitude, especially the Himalayan terrain. So apart from the continental drift, there is a tectonic movement is there every year that is causing the lot of disturbance at the event, causing the earthquakes. But the man-made disasters, there the places, high altitude places are, that is the place where the most of the tourists are being attracted. Where the tourists are attracted, they are constructing a lot of hotels. So Hillview Hotel, Seaview Hotel, are hotel that we use the lakes. Okay, nowadays lakes are disappeared. Hillside, all trees are actually destroyed and they are constructing the hotels. That is partly, we are all responsible for it. Once the terrain is disturbed, what is that you will expect? That's how when the cloud burst is there, it's not the water. From the sea, from the hilltop, when the mud actually comes, soil comes along with there is a mud to the along with the water, people they cannot come out. When there's water people try to come out, but when the mud is actually submerging the individuals, they cannot come out. This is what is a man-made disaster is added to that one. So let us ensure that our technological progress does not merely make human lives more convenient, but makes our planet more resilient, regenerative, and sustainable. As we move towards the Viksit Bharat 2047, let us make the technology for people, technology for planet, technology for sustainable prosperity, and guiding the people. I once again congratulate the department or Center for the Pollution Control Board and also the School of Engineering for taking such a kind of initiative. I wish that such a programs should be continuously being held at the university level at various departments, because this need not be a particular department. This has to be environmental sustainability belongs to every individual of the country. Especially in the university system, we have to educate the students, because these are the tomorrow's people, those who are actually carrying the flag of the environmental sustainability. I also, once again, I welcome all the visitors, especially the foreign visitors, those who have come all the way from Taiwan and Malaysia. I hope it's a first visit for you. If not, so please enjoy the Puducherry. People are very good. Places are very nice. This is the place where you can enjoy so it's closely people live with the nature here. You can enjoy the place and come again next time. Okay, I wish that all the visitors and the guests also, once again welcome them. Thank you very much.
நிலத்து இயல்பால் நீர் திரிந்து அற்றாகும் மாந்தர்க்கு இனத்து இயல்பு ஆகும் அறிவு. Water takes the nature of soil. Similarly, the wisdom takes the nature's own company. So we have right person here to talk about sustainability. I'm happy to introduce Dr. Ganesh Kumar Pondicherry, who is a Senior Deputy General Manager at Water Technology Center, Larsen and Toubro. Dr. Ganesh Kumar is highly accomplished environment engineer, professional with more than 21 years of experience in the field of water and wastewater treatment. Throughout his career, he has been significantly contribute to design, develop, execute, and innovate large-scale water and wastewater infrastructure projects across India. Academically, Dr. Ganesh Kumar holds PhD in Environment Engineering from Anna University, where his research focused on wastewater treatability and advanced treatment technologies. He also completed his ME in Environment Engineering from Anna University. He's a gold medalist, and he did his BE in Civil Engineering from Tyagaraja College of Engineering with first class distinction. Professionally, he has been developing a lot of indigenous technology in Larsen and Toubro, anaerobic granular biomass reactor for the domestic usage of wastewater treatment. He also successfully led government-sponsored research and development initiatives and has played important role in technology development and industrial innovation. I am happy to welcome Dr. P. Ganesh Kumar, the Senior Deputy General Manager, Water Technology Center, Larsen and Toubro, to request him to deliver the address. Thank you.
So, respected Vice Chancellor, respected Dean and HOD Madam, and distinguished professors in-house as well as from outside, and the scientists, researchers, industrial professionals, and my dear students. So, a very warm good morning to all. So, it's my pleasure to be here, be the event for the international conference, the first international conference on advancing innovative technologies for a sustainable environment. So anyway, I'm going to give a speech on circular economy maybe after the sessions. But here when I'm seeing the students, especially the young students, you people chosen this particular subject, environmental pollution control or environmental engineering. Maybe I feel you people are the environmental or you have to be an environmental warrior in the future. So to start with that, what I'm thinking is the question where we are living in this particular era is as Vice Chancellor said, we are in a very much advanced stage. We are in a technological era. The technological era means we have artificial intelligence, we have machine learning, we have nanotechnology, we have biotechnology, we have advanced IoTs, everything we have. But the pain area what we are facing in the country, what we are seeing is whether we are able to give accessibility of safe sanitation to all the people, whether the total country is getting the drink from tap water is having, or what about the wastewater which is getting generated in the country. So I can give the fact. So even from the class 1 cities to metropolitan cities, we are not able to treat the total sewage which is generating in the cities. So example, the cosmopolitan cities means the population is having more than 10 lakhs and above. So cities like Chennai, cities like Kolkata, cities like Mumbai. So what is happening there? Total country, we are able to treat only 11% of the wastewater which is getting generated in the country is getting treated. What about rural area then? Or what about the cities like class 2 cities or class 1 or but the cities like Madurai or cities like Raipur? So again, the gap is more. So average gap of the treated sewage in the country generated is ranging from 11% to 95%. It is whose responsibility to treat it? So we as a students, presently the future generation, it's our responsibility to take care of that environment, then only it can able to make it sustainability. Again, coming to the water sector. So water, whether we are able to give a safe water to the people. So again, there's a challenge. So our Indian standard is telling we need to treat before the water is fit for drinking. Whether the clean water, all the clean water is safe water? No. A lot of things are which is not visible to our eye, that is present in the water. So drink from tap in the country, if you say holistically, if you see whatever Chancellor said, 2047 there are vision. So by drink from tap water is another initiative is going to come in Amirut 3.0. So presently we are in Amirut 2.0. So there is Amirut 3.0, again 3 lakh crores are opportunities there to give a drink from tap initiative, which is going to come anyway. Government is thinking of it. How to save the drink from tap? So drink from tap means, see, whether in Pondicherry or I am from Chennai or I am from any cities in the country, whether we can able to take the water from the toilet and drink, we are not having that type of mindset. The reason is because it's maybe polluted. So you may ask your professors or people from different countries, Malaysia and Taiwan are there. So if you go to Singapore, you have to take that water. Suppose we are staying in a hotel, there is no water bottle will be shared in the hotel. You have to take the water from the tap where you are drinking, the same water for bath, the same water for drinking, the same water for toilet and use. When it is going to happen in India? In any one of the cities like that? No, except in Pune they tried that too, because of that initiative from the government, they made it. But drink from tap means the safe water for everyone. That water can be used for everything. So when it will come to India, so that we have to be focused. Then again that area of solid waste management. Again solid waste management, whether we have achieved anything, so still there is a huge gap. So except few cities like Indore is having a proper solid waste management in the country. Even Chennai now is coming up with the CBG. So there are a lot of potential what we have to focus towards circular economy, how to make it. So the question here is to you people is, so whether really we have the technology, we are telling we are in the technological era, whether what we need to do it. So we have to adopt the technology is available, how the technology can be used intellectually or intelligently to safeguard the issues of environment. And the solution to the environment is the need of the hour, that only you people, especially the future generations. So we are 40 plus, we have almost spent part of our 50% of the life we have completed in this field. But what's the future generation I request you is, please focus towards the need for the problem based solution to the problem you have to be. So you should be a solution provider, not a problem creator. So how you can be a solution provider? Please think in that line and then come up with the solution and then implement in the field and be proud of it. So such type of conferences, what Professor Sindhil was telling is, it's advancing innovative technologies for a sustainable development. This is like a platform where you can interact with the people like a scientist, industrial professionals, and then you can convert. Also, you know the problems of your own state, you know the problems of your own place, how you can give the solution provider like that, think and then take a solution, take a problem and give the solution to your own area. So my request to all the students is, and from this, through this type of conference, being an environmental student, you can convert into yourself to be an environmental entrepreneur or environmental innovator or environmental crusader. So very all the best for this conferences, and I will give a specific presentation on circular economy and domestic wastewater treatment plant and the things. Maybe after this inauguration session is over. Thank you.
மணிநீரும் மண்ணும் மலையும் அணிநிழல் காடும் உடையது அரண். The Tirukural says, water, plain, mountain and cool shade forest are the fortress for the nation. So we have person from Taiwan, Dr. Kon Xiong Ku. I have just searched the meaning of the name. Kon Xiong says that generous leader, and Ko belongs to the family where people live in mountain. So in South India we have five Tinai. So one is mountainous. We are happy to invite Dr. Kon Xiong Ku, Associate Professor in Department of Chemical Engineering and Material Science at Yangtze University, Taiwan. Dr. Ku obtained his PhD in Chemical Engineering in the University of North Kingdom, Malaysia, after completing his bachelor degree in Applied Chemistry in University Technology Petronas, Malaysia. His research focused on upstream and downstream process of bioactive compounds such as protein, lipid, carotenoid as renewable energy source from microalgae biomass using various extraction technologies such as liquid biphasic system, assisted liquid biphasic system, ionic liquid technologies. His research interest also involves microalgae bacteria consortium for wastewater, food waste management, and volatile organic compound bioremediation. Microalgae based biofuels, incorporation of Internet of Things, machine learning, and so on. He published more than 300 research articles with a Hertz index of 74 with Google citation of 74. Thank you. We invite Dr. Kuhn to take the dais. Thank you.
Vanakkam. Hello everyone. First of all, thank you to the convener for the very kind introduction. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude, especially to everyone here today, and also to the Vice Chancellor, Prof. Prakash Babu, and also to the Dean, School of Engineering and Technology, Prof. Nakran, and to the Head Center for Pollution Control and Environmental Engineering, Prof. Gaja Lakshmi, right? And also to the conference convener, Prof. Senthil. We actually meet just through WhatsApp, and right now I'm physically here to meet him today. I'm very happy, and it's a great honor and privilege for me to be part of this conference all the way from Taiwan. And the conference theme here today is on the Advancing Innovation Technologies for Sustainable Environment, or known as AITSE 2026. I believe it would signify impactful section for especially all the young researchers here in this room today, and also to the academicians, me myself, and also to the large industrial players, right? And yeah, I'm very looking forward to exchange ideas and to exchange, contacts, to look for possibilities for collaborations. And together with me here today, Dr. Lim from University Tunku Abdul Rahman. It's our first time to India, especially also my first time to Pondicherry. And thank you so much to the organizer for welcoming us. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this event. Firstly, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to our Vice Chancellor, Professor Prakash Babu sir, for gracing this occasion with your presence and inspiring us with the impactful inaugural address emphasizing the significance of innovative technologies in the changing world. Thank you, sir. I thank Pondicherry University and institutions Innovation Council for supporting and providing the facilities for conducting this conference. I would like to thank our Dean, School of Engineering and Technology, Professor R. Nakiran sir, for gracing us with his presence and providing an insightful address about the conference. And I also thank him for suggesting for the upgradation of the center. Thank you, sir. I thank our HOD, Center for Pollution Control and Environmental Engineering, Dr. S. Gajalakshmi ma'am, for her unwavering support and encouragement in organizing this event. I extend my sincere thanks to our chief guest, Dr. P. Ganesh Kumar sir from L&T Construction, for embracing the event and sharing his valuable insights on the environmental challenges in the current world, especially inspiring young students who are present here. I thank our guest of honor, Professor Kuan Xinghu from Yuanzi University, Taiwan, for joining us today with his team, for sharing his knowledge. I also thank distinguished guest, Professor Lim Ho Ren from University Tunku Abdul Rahman, Malaysia, Professor Selvaraju from IIT Guwahati, Professor Kusum Kumar Bania, Tezpur University, distinguished guest, Professor Raja Selvaraj from MIT campus Manipal, distinguished Dean, HOD, and other faculty members from the university. A special thanks to the convener of this event, Dr. P. Sendil Kumar, for his tireless efforts in planning and organizing the conference. Extend my sincere thanks to the Educational Multimedia Research Center, Pondicherry University, for covering this entire program through photography and videography. Finally, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our teaching and non-teaching staffs of the center, student volunteers from MTech and BTech programs, research scholars of the center, who worked tirelessly to make this session a success. In closing, I wish to express my thanks to the participants for your presence. We look forward to a productive and engaging event. Thank you, everyone.